Here's help. How to turn off disturbing thoughts and unwanted mental pictures instantly. In preceding chapter lessons, you learn to use deliberately controlled mental pictures to intensely project them on the picture screen of your subconscious so that your mental pictures are your life guidance. Thus, your mental pictures actually guide you into the reality of your future. It is the recorded conclusion of the entire history of thought. Every person becomes what he or she repeatedly, intensely thinks, mentally pictures. You become whatever you repeatedly, intensely mentally picture you will be, for better or for worse, depending on the kind of mental picture you repeatedly, intensely project into your subconscious. For better or worse. That is the reason for this chapter lesson. You learn from preceding chapters that you can deliberately control your mental pictures if you constantly persist in doing so. But if you do not deliberately control the mental movie, which is the picture sequence of your thought flow, then uncontrolled thoughts, uncontrolled mental pictures, will fill all mental spaces not filled by controlled thoughts. These uncontrolled mental pictures may be pleasant daydreams, but usually they are mental picture situations of worries, anxieties, fears, resentments, hatreds, or guilt complexes which have been suppressed in your subconscious and which your subconscious takes the first opportunity to release feedback into your conscious thought. This repeats and reinforces negative thoughts to become your life guidance with disastrous consequences. Since whatever is suppressed in your subconscious is undesirable, or it would not be suppressed, the worst thing you can do to your future is to repeat and reinforce uncontrolled mental pictures of subconscious suppressions of situations of guilt, anxiety, worry, inferiority, resentment, and hatred into the subconscious management of your life and the materialization of your future. So you desperately need a sure and instant method of turning off negative and undesirable mental pictures. Here's help. Here's how to do it. To turn off negative and undesirable mental pictures instantly. 1. Imagine black. Think of your mind being filled with total darkness. Black. No mental pictures of disturbing situations. No mental pictures of any kind. Black out all mental pictures so that your mind is so filled with deep darkness, black, that there is not room for any mental picture. Maintain total mental blackout until your mind is relaxed and quiet. Having thus achieved a quiet mind, you then can calmly, deliberately replace the temporary darkness with bright, intense, controlled mental pictures of what you want as described in preceding chapters. 2. Imagine opaque gray. Some people get better results from thinking gray instead of thinking black. They find gray to be soft and relaxing as it fills their minds to obscure all mental pictures, thus producing a quiet mind, undisturbed by any mental pictures, a mind at perfect peace. If you prefer to think gray instead of thinking black, the gray must be opaque so that it will totally blot out all mental pictures, leaving no shadowy forms to distract your attention. The sole objective is to obliterate mental pictures completely. Your mind must be totally filled with soft, relaxing gray. 3. Imagine heavy fog. Simply fog out all mental pictures. This method has the advantage of sustaining your interest in the obscuring substance, fog, and, therefore, away from mental pictures, because you begin by filling your mind with wisps of fog, which you mentally turn into thicker, fluffy clouds, and then into heavy fog which totally obscures all mental pictures. Your mind is completely filled with dense, impenetrable fog and no mental pictures. 4. Imagine any other dark, opaque, non-stimulating color. The 3 examples described are preferred because they are neutral and, therefore, non-stimulating. However, if you have a favorite, pleasing color, it may work equally well provided that it is dark and opaque enough to totally obscure all mental pictures, leaving no mysterious shadow pictures to sustain your interest. For example, you can effectively use dark blue or deep purple. But you must not use stimulating colors such as red, yellow, orange, or any bright shade of any color. The objective is complete mental relaxation while you entirely obscure all mental pictures by filling your mind with a neutral, pleasant, opaque color or substance, fog, which no mental pictures can penetrate. Thus, you achieve the advanced mental, emotional, spiritual level of quiet mind. As you master thought, mental picture, control so completely that you can produce a quiet mind instantly. The benefits to you will be so miraculous that they are indescribable and must be experienced by you personally. One simple benefit of being able to achieve a quiet mind instantly is that now you can go to sleep in 11 seconds, even on restless nights, by adding the relaxing methods taught in the next chapter.